could you make us watch your grandmother for this past whole month?
My grandmother passed away 3 months ago.
Trouble Busters!
What do you want?
Hey, Trevor. Are you going to be visiting on New Year's this year?
New Year, huh?
Our family doesn't get too many chances spending time together.
Oh, I don't know.
You dunno?
Sorry, I'm not sure about it. Ever since I moved to Alaska, I've been pretty busy with work. I've been flying all over the nation, too.
Okay, then. I understand.
Sorry about that.
Regarding our grandmother's...
Oh, I'm sorry, but I need to hang up. I'm busy. Bye.
My name is Melanie. My brother Trevor and I were raised by our grandparents ever since our parents passed away when we were still little. But Trevor doesn't even pay us a visit here at all, and it's making me wonder if this is really okay. Hello?
Hello, Melanie.
Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay.
What?
How could you make us watch your grandmother for this past whole month?
What? My grandmother?
You said it was only going to be a short while, and that's why we agreed to this. I can't even go back to work if she's around the house, and I need you to take her back.
Wait, hold on.
What is it?
I don't understand what's going on.
What do you mean? Trevor brought her home about a month ago. He said you guys were renovating your house, so you guys needed a place for her to stay.
Place for my grandmother to stay?
That's what I'm saying. He said your grandfather is too sick to travel, so it's just going to be your grandmother. I only agreed to this because you guys said it's going to be for a short while. I never thought it's going to be more than a full month, and you never even cared to call to give me a heads up or even to thank me. This is not okay.
I feel like I'm going crazy.
No, I'm the one who's going crazy. Look, I can't miss work any longer, but I can't leave your grandmother by herself. Trevor tells me that it won't be long before she goes back home, and he said not to call you about it, but then I can't take this any longer.
Hold on, right there.
What is it? When are you going to pick her up?
My grandmother passed away 3 months ago.
Oh, you're not making any sense.
But you're not making any sense to me either. My brother was at her funeral too. You weren't there because you were sick, right?
What? I mean, you have 2 grandmothers, right?
My grandmother from my father's side had passed away even before I was born.
What? So this lady...
I don't know who that lady is.
What? But I've lived here with this lady for a whole month.
Yulia, you need to calm down.
What the?
But I'm as confused as you are too. Should we meet up so we can figure this out together? Oh, but I can't let my grandfather stay here by himself. It's not realistic for me to go on a day trip to Alaska.
Alaska? What are you talking about? We still live in the town right next to where you live.
What? But Trevor said, I wonder. What is it? I don't think Yulia is lying to me. Everything she said to me makes sense. How dare he take advantage of our grandmother? She raised us ever since we were little. I am not letting him get away with this. Trouble Busters!
Hello?
Hey, where the heck are you? Where's my grandma?
They're over here with me.
What? Melanie, is that you?
I need you to join us here right now.
What? I can't. I'm too busy.
Well then, Melanie and I will head over to you right now.
You might as well give up at this point.
Okay, let's go home now.
I didn't know it only takes 30 minutes to get to my house from Alaska. Good to know.
Whatever. Hey, I'm sure Grandma's tired after going out all of a sudden. Let's go home.
All right then.
Who is this lady? Where'd you bring her from?
I don't get you. Stop being rude to our grandma.
Miss Melanie, did you forget who I am? There's no way I'm going to believe that you're my grandmother. I don't even know you. Besides, my grandmother used to call me Mel. She would never call me Miss Melanie like a stranger would do.
How are you going to prove that this lady isn't our grandmother?
You're not even making any sense. I confirmed with the Department of Public Health, but I discovered that we never applied for our grandmother's death certificate.
Of course not. Our grandmother is right here.
That's not true.
What?
Trevor, you're trying to illegally claim for her Social Security payments, aren't you?
What the heck, Melanie? How could you accuse me of something like that? This is wrong. Yulia, Grandma, we're going home now.
No, Trevor, you're not getting away with this. You were at the funeral too, and considering the fact that Yulia doesn't know any of this, you probably came up with this plan as soon as you found out that our grandmother passed away. I was shocked to find out that your grandmother passed away. You said you'd take care of all the paperwork, and I was grateful that you took that initiative, but not to find out that you hadn't done any of it. I looked for her bank account information, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was going to ask you about it too.
I don't know anything about it.
It looks like she's already received her Social Security once after she passed away. You need to know that this is a crime. A crime? I'm so sorry. A crime? Oh, God. What do I do? Huh? I had no idea.
Oh, Grandma, what's wrong? You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so sorry to break our deal, but I can't do this anymore. Break the deal?
What deal are you talking about? Oh, God, maybe you're tired because you had to go out for such a long time.
Trevor, I need you to shut your mouth. If you hadn't done anything wrong, then why don't we let this lady tell us her side of the story?
Okay, may I start by asking what your name is?
My name is Kathy.
Okay, Miss Kathy, would you like to tell us why you're here?
Trevor told me how he used to adore his grandmother. He wanted to live with his grandmother the way he used to when he was little. He asked me to pretend that I'm his real grandmother, and even in front of Yulia as well.
They were acting as if they're truly a grandmother and a grandson, so I didn't even find anything strange.
And I needed the money, too.
Kathy, may I ask who exactly you are? What deal were you talking about earlier?
Trevor hired me.
Is that like the rental relative business that's going on out there nowadays?
I've heard about it, like the rental boyfriend and stuff like that, right? So, are you a rental grandmother?
But aren't those things super expensive?
Are they?
I tried going to a comic expo a while ago, but I didn't want to go by myself. So I tried to go for a rental friend service, but then the rates started from $30 an hour. Even the cheaper places charged $20 an hour, so I decided not to go for it.
Oh, wow, that's pricey.
I figured I'd rather use that money for something else. Well, now going back to the subject, if I were to spend $20 an hour, it would come out to be $480 a day. If she stayed around for a whole month, it should be costing him about $14,000.
$14,000? How does he even afford that much? That's not it.
Huh?
My husband passed away recently, and I have nowhere to go and can't afford to support myself. And that's when my friend showed me this posting.
How sketchy. $5 a day? So $150 a month?
My friends and I were saying how sketchy this posting was, but I couldn't help but wonder if it was legitimate. And that's why I contacted this post.
Melanie, look at this. This is a cloud-based sourcing for illegal jobs. So you made a hiring ad on this website? Do you even realize what you've done, Trevor?
Our supply and demand were matching, so there shouldn't be any problem.
Oh, there are a lot of problems with this. You were trying to scam Social Security money from the government. You're a scammer, and you deserve your consequences. I never even imagined that my family member would end up becoming a criminal.
Scam? Oh, it's not even a big deal.
Doesn't matter if this is a big or small deal. Scam is a scam.
Oh, you're so annoying. This is why I hate people like you. You've always been such a teacher's pet.
But you've always wanted to be the most popular kid in your class, but failed to become one in every possible way.
Oh, shut up. Maybe it was an illegal receiving of Social Security, but it wasn't even that much.
And you were planning on doing it as long as no one found out, weren't you?
I don't know, maybe.
You're not getting away with this.
What the? Grandpa? I thought you were too ill to even get up.
He's been doing quite well recently.
Melanie has been taking great care of me.
Why didn't you tell me?
Every time I tried to update you about our grandparents, you would just hang up the call telling me that you're too busy.
You could have updated me over texts, too.
And you can't blame me for any of that. What makes you think it's okay for you to tell me what I should have done? Besides, Grandpa is doing better than ever.
Or are you saying that something is inconvenient about this?
That's not what I'm saying, but...
Grandpa had complete control of you ever since you were little.
Oh, shut up! Just shut up!
I've been listening to your conversation this entire time. And how dare you take advantage of my dear wife? You caused her so much trouble when she was still alive. How could you do this to her even after she's passed?
I haven't done anything wrong.
And you take the fact that we raised you for granted. If Grandma found out what you've done, she'd be so sad. Why did you do something like this?
I needed money.
Money, huh?
You've always been a bad kid. Most bad kids learn their lessons at one point in their life to become good adults, but not in your case. I was glad that you got married and thought you would be more mature, but you're just nothing but hopelessness.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You don't have to go that far.
And how do you feel after causing so much trouble to Melanie, Yulia, and me? If you want so much money, you should work your job as hard as you can. Don't you think about getting money without even deserving it?
It's never enough, no matter how hard you work, right? Huh?
That's right. I never wanted to do anything like this either. I always work hard every day, but I'm still not making enough money to live. I had to do this for Yulia, too.
Not enough to live? Doing this for me? That's not right, is it?
Huh?
We're definitely making enough money to live. I have a job too. We don't save too much every month, but at least some of our income is going to our savings. You're saying that you don't get enough money to spend for yourself, right? Is it because the allowance is too little, or is it because he's trying to spend too much? His allowance is $450 a month. That's pretty generous. I'm shocked. Well, I guess it's because Yulia is a nurse. Besides, you don't smoke, alcohol is included in our grocery budget, and I make your lunch every morning. Then why? Your girlfriend will break up with you if you don't buy her gifts, right? Girlfriend?
What the heck, Yulia? I would never cheat on you.
Her name is Shayla. She's 25, right?
What?
I was planning on talking to you after your grandmother left our house, but I guess this is going to be it. Oh, before you say anything, let me just make it clear that you can't give any excuses. I know you're also renting a cheap apartment, so you and Shayla have a place to meet up, too. An apartment? So he has a dual residence?
You're just guessing.
I wouldn't be saying this if I was just guessing. I have evidence, too.
Evidence?
You made me take care of a stranger all this time, and you went to cheat on me. You probably thought I wouldn't be able to say anything to you in front of someone I thought was your grandmother, right?
Oh, that's not true.
I hope you stop underestimating me, or else.
Oh, God.
Her smile is soft as an angel, but her words are as sharp as a devil's. Trevor, why did you even cheat on Yulia to begin with? I know I don't know Yulia too well, but if I walk in her shoes, she's done so much for us, taking care of who she thought was our grandmother for an entire month, even though you brought her home without giving her a heads up. How could you?
I'm a man, and you women won't understand. I just wanted to have a little fun with a younger girl.
What?
A cute girl still in her 20s approached me. How could I ignore an opportunity like that?
How dare you!
Oh God, Grandpa's really angry.
Did you just call yourself a man? You're way too sloppy, whether it be about money or women. You're no man to me at all. You're just an embarrassment to me.
But Grandpa, if you see a cute girl, wouldn't she make you want to talk to her?
I've only loved your grandmother, and no other woman in this world, now and forever.
Woohoo! Way to go, Grandpa!
Melanie, go ahead and call the police.
What? Why? Are you sure you want to do this to me? Are you okay becoming a grandfather and a sister of a criminal?
I'm fine with that.
Me too. If that's going to teach you a lesson, I think it's well deserved.
What the heck? You guys don't care about me, huh?
What are you even saying?
I mean, ever since we were little, Grandma and Grandpa always adored Melanie over me. I think I deserve to get some benefits after Grandma has passed away. Don't you guys agree with me?
Are you being serious?
Is that how you're trying to justify the fact that you've illegally received your grandmother's Social Security? Your grandmother truly adored you. Every time you caused trouble, I told her to just let you be. But she was always concerned that you're gonna grow up to become a corrupt person. She said she didn't want people to hate you and for you to live without any friends, and did whatever she could to clean after your mess.
Grandma and Grandpa had done so much to support you, even after you caused them so much trouble. And you never even realized any of that because all you care about is your own butt. You shouldn't be holding grudges against Grandma, Grandpa, or myself for this outcome. This was all your fault.
But I had no idea.
Stop fake crying. I'm not buying it.
If you guys knew, why didn't you say anything? None of this would have happened if you said something to me.
Don't you get it yet? What goes around comes back around. What do we do now, Grandpa?
He either turns himself in or we turn him in.
Oh, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry, so just not the police.
You can say you're sorry all you want, but you're not truly sorry.
I'm sorry to do this to the two of you, but I would like to file a divorce. I will speak with my lawyer regarding any divisions of assets and compensations. I will be sure to charge the other woman compensation as well.
We respect your decision.
Wait, hold on. You can't tell her about this.
I'm sure you won't want us to. She's your boss's wife, right? Oh, Trevor, how could you do something like this?
Melanie, you gotta help me out. I'm gonna struggle for the rest of my life if you let this happen to me.
Don't you wish there was a rental friend who would get arrested to take your place and pay for all the due compensations that you'd have to pay?
Oh, come on, Melanie. This isn't the time for us to be joking around. You guys have to help me out.
Trevor didn't seem to choose to turn himself in, so we ended up calling the police. This was his first offense, but since he wasn't able to pay for the penalties, the court sentenced him to a year in prison. His boss and Yulia are both charging him compensation for the adultery that he had committed, so he will have no choice but to work his butts off night and day after he's out of prison. Everyone at his work found out about the affair that he'd had with his boss's wife. He couldn't stand the way everyone was looking at him and ended up quitting his job voluntarily. He'll have to look for a new job to pay off his debts. I'm sure he has a lot to come in his life, but I'd have to say that he's done this to himself. Since Kathy was unaware of what was going on in the entire picture, we decided to let her go. Melanie, I am sorry that I called you all upset without asking you what was going on. Oh, please don't apologize. I understand where you were coming from. I'm glad that you've been able to successfully file the divorce, too. Yep, but then I'm a little sad because you and I were finally getting to know one another, but we're no longer a family. That's true. Since Trevor was always avoiding to come home, we never really had a chance to spend any time together. You know, I like going to comic expos too. What? Really? I feel like I can become great friends with Yulia moving forward. Trouble Busters!